Two of the most powerful political phrases of the last 20 years are "yes, we can" and "make America great again." Now look at them closely. Yes, we can. Do what? Make it great again. How? Great for whom? Neither phrase actually tells you anything, and that is exactly why they worked. A few years ago, I was working with a client in Sydney involved in the finance industry. A group of Asiatic investors flew in for a buyer's day, and 12 Australian suppliers lined up to pitch to them, one after the other. My client opened the day with 2 words: realize returns. Then he sat through every other pitch, the capability decks, the surface tiers, the credentials, and at the end he stood up and closed with the same 2 words he'd opened with: realize returns. By the time the Asiatic investors left, that was the only thing anyone could repeat back. 11 other suppliers had said more in more detail with better slides. He won the room with a sentence a child could remember. There's a name for what he did. In 1984, a communication researcher named Eric Eisenberg published a paper called "Ambiguity as Strategy in Organizational Communication." Everyone teaches you to be clear. Eisenberg argued the opposite. He found that a deliberately open phrase does something a precise one can't. It lets people who want very different things all agree at the same time. He called it unified diversity. Realize returns. Never says how. So every person in that room filled it with their own version of realizing returns, their own bottleneck, their own headache. They weren't agreeing with him, they were agreeing with themselves. That's the same engine inside "Yes, we can." You supply the dream, the phrase just holds the door open. So before your next big pitch, do this. Take everything you want to say and boil it down to one line. That line is your anchor phrase. Make it abstract enough that people can pour their own meaning into it, but aimed straight at the biggest problem in the room. Then repeat it. Open with it. Close with it. Don't dress it up differently each time. Say the same words. Because here's what actually happens in that room. The person whose message everyone can repeat on the way out has already won the argument before anyone else has finished talking.